Today,
Arsenio!
Hey, we're talking. We're going to talk about...
It's going to be late night talk show.
Yes.
I like Conan. Who is this guy that Bob's talking about?
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Hey, We're Talking. It's me, Scotty D, and I got my buddies here, as usual. We got Bob Peel.
What's up, guys?
I don't know, not much. What's going on with you, man?
No, not too much. What's up with Derek? Have you heard from him?
Yeah, Derek. Derek's the other buddy. What's going on, Derek?
I'm right here. Do
Okay.
I sound like a robot?
No, you do not sound like a robot.
Good, because I was listening to the show the other day with just you in it, and like halfway through, actually it was more like a quarter of the way through, Bob's voice started sounding like a robot. I think it was some audio error.
It's probably because the internet's affected by the cold somehow.
Is that what it is?
I don't know.
It's been really cold everywhere, not just by you. It's really cold down here, too.
No, I get that, but it was like negative 12
when
I woke up in the morning, and it's got a 30-mile-an-hour wind, so it makes it feel like negative 25.
Yeah.
What a coincidence, Bob. It's like 50 degrees today here with like a 10-mile-an-hour wind.
So you're cold. I'm getting ready to get what he has pretty soon. Probably not as warm, but warmer, because we've been like in the 30s and then like 20-something at night, like 28, 29 at night. So
yeah, we've been below freezing for about 2.5 weeks.
Yeah.
We've been hovering
below freezing is 32, so that's not bad.
Right. No, but I mean...
But you've been really below freezing.
We've been in the zeros
You've
or
been
averaging
negative.
single temperatures for quite some time. So.
I do not miss that. Not at all. Not at all.
Me neither.
When you walk outside and your nose hairs freeze, don't miss it. Not at all.
We were in the 20s, like below freezing for like 4 days straight, which is odd for around here because during the wintertime, the average temperature is like highs in the 50s and lows in the 30s. So when we fall below freezing, that puts a big strain on the infrastructure. So there was a lot of water line breaks. But at my house, it's all good because I winterize.
Wow.
Because I know people from the north. And I've lived in the north.
Yeah.
So
he's just a prepper.
He is. Yeah. My pipes did not burst.
I insulated the exposed pipes. Let's be honest. It wasn't that big of a deal.
You've got to cover your pipe. That's just how you've got to cover them. You don't want them just to burst all over the place.
I'm on a slab, so nothing happens. Everything.
I'm on a slab. I'm on a slab too. So nothing. We don't have any problems with our lines or anything like that. I mean, we still once in a while we'll leave them drip just to be sure, you know. But that's really about it. So
do they not have like I thought. Like in the Chicago area, it was like in Michigan, like everybody had basements. You don't have a basement?
I don't. No, I live on a slab. Okay. So a lot of areas do have basements, but we just don't have one.
Basements are like a blessing and a curse because they can flood and they can get cracks and leak. But they're also nice for you to throw all your junk down in and never remember that it's there.
It's always a big deal on that show, House Hunters. They're like, and this house includes an unfinished basement. And they're like, yes, game room. And sometimes they're mad because they're like, I don't want this project.
Yeah.
I'm like, I would love to have a basement, but I mean, I don't have a whole bunch of stuff to put in there, but I would love to have a basement to have like that cool hangout area downstairs, but unfortunately I don't have one. But I do have a garage with this room in it, so that's pretty awesome.
By the way, Bob, basements are colder. So just be aware. Although they're in the ground, so sometimes they're not as cold as outside.
Yeah, that'd still be great. I like it nice and cold. I mean, not this stupid cold, but
space heaters are $20.
And they also burn houses to the ground.
Not if you're careful.
I've had
the new space heaters.
I like how you guys are starting to talk and then you just
out of respect to Derek, I didn't want to overtalk him, so I
just
stopped.
overtalk all you guys. I don't care.
Let's be honest. Nobody has respect for Derek.
Everyone respects you.
Well, every time I try to make a point, it's like, yeah, but what about this and what about that? But I guess that's the nature of the show.
I'm busting your balls, dude.
Whoa, Scott.
I know. I said balls.
Come on.
Oh
what kind of show do you think this is?
Please.
No, but Derek, you're right. I mean, space heaters, if used properly, safely, they work
right.
because this room is actually heated by a space heater. It's plugged in all the time, set on temperature control, and it runs what it needs to. I check the wire to make sure it doesn't get too hot, and it works out good. It's like 67 degrees in here right now, so
that is
perfect.
Perfect.
Nice. Yeah, I think modern space heaters they have a lot of those safety regulations in them, temperature control and whatnot.
As opposed to non-modern space heaters.
Well,
like
dude,
stuff
when
that
I was
was
growing up,
5 years
I
old.
had, that's why I'm talking about them being dangerous. Is I remember one that we had at our house when I was a kid that we would turn on in the basement. It was basically just like an open grill. Like it just had these hot things in it, and it had this little mesh grill that you could literally, if I wanted to, I probably could have stuck something in it and electrocuted myself.
Yeah,
it was really hot. Like you burn your skin off.
When I was a punk teenager and we had those, you tip them over, they don't shut off, number one.
No.
Number two, if you don't know where your lighter's at, you can light your cigarette off of it.
See?
I mean, it's perfect.
Yeah, we don't. It's not that anymore because when you knock these over, they turn off and they regulate with. If it gets too hot, it shuts off for a while. So
yeah,
it's good. It's the only hazard is if you have stuff around it that can ignite. So
like gasoline and dirty, oily rags and stuff.
like stuff that would be in a garage.
Like lint out of the dryer.
or loose clothes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, paper towels, tissues, napkins, wrappers.
Anything that can catch on fire.
Oh, glad we just covered that and nipped that in the bud. I got a question for you, Scott.
Yeah.
I noticed you were on some other YouTube show. What's the deal with that, dude? I mean, why you jumping ship or what's going on?
I got asked to be on it. I was the second fiddle to you. They were like Danny Black, who everybody knows. He has a show that he does. He basically did this because he copied off of us. He was like, well, if those idiots can do it, why can't we? So they have a thing called Creator Cast. He and Benin and this other Scott. There's another Scott in Australia. And anyway, and then the other guy wasn't on the show, which is why I was there. I don't know who the other guy is. Do you know his name? Look at this. This is going to be good if he gets it.
Not off the top of my head.
Okay.
I got to think. I really have to think through it.
Sorry, other Creator Cast guy. It's not because we don't care. It's because we don't know you.
He sits in the third seat, man.
Yeah,
I could see his
That's
face.
Where I was.
Just can't
I
remember
was in the
his
third seat.
I know.
Usually Benin, though, I think is on the first seat, but because Danny knew us or knew me, he let Danny be in the first seat. So there you go. It was exciting. I mean, it was fun. They have like the worst internet in Australia, apparently, because I was talking to them about like the way they record and stuff. They had me record the files and send it to them, and I can do it really fast. And they were all just like, "Are you joking? How fast it was? It was pretty sad." Australia, get with the times, man. Google Fiber, get something fast out there for all the people down under.
I'm still trying to think of the other guy. Oh, no.
You almost had it.
I want to keep saying Mark or no.
Derek
no,
is
Jay,
so disinterested.
Jay Boston.
There you
Jay
go,
Boston.
Jay.
That's the other one.
Derek, talk about Jay Boston a little bit.
I don't know what the crap y'all are talking about.
Danny does a thing with these guys where they talk about doing vlogs and stuff like that and YouTube videos, and it's good.
Oh yeah, I think you sent me like a screenshot or something of you on a.
I didn't.
Were you
Bob
on a? Okay, you were on a different YouTube channel. How dare you? How dare you?
Listen, if it wasn't me, it was going to be Bob. Bob just denied them. He said,
"No, I didn't deny him. I said I'm not gonna do it until I talk to you guys for permission."
Bull crap.
I would never like stab you guys.
I actually said to Danny, "Hey, I don't want to do this unless because I don't want Bob to be upset because I know you were interested in being on it, and they asked you first, so don't give me that crap.
Yeah, but I just didn't ask you guys your permission to do it because
You said
that's
something
how
a long time ago, and I said
that's
I don't
how
care.
respect works.
So full of crap. Anyway, check out CreatorCast. Check out each one of the guys' different YouTube channels too. Benin does a vlog every single day. He does like the 4-minute ones, and then he does these longer form videos. But Benin's videos are pretty fun.
Yeah, I think the 4-minute ones are hilarious because they'll just talk about whatever, and then all of a sudden he's gone.
It's done.
At 4 minutes.
Exactly
Like
at 4
he could be in the
minutes.
middle of talking about something and it's over.
Yep.
It's like, wait, what? Huh? But it's pretty cool.
But on his regular videos, he does something very similar though. When he is at the end, he's like, "Oh, I just want to show you this," and then he goes, "Oh, we're out of time," and he just holds it out, and then he does like a little thing at the end.
Yeah, which is very creative.
It is. We should start doing that on our show as an homage to him. At the end of the show, we should just go, "We're out of time," like that.
But then we'd be copying off of him.
But it would
Yeah,
be.
don't
That's
do
why I
that.
said it's an homage to him. It's like
called
saying,
respect.
Yeah, Scott, respect.
Hey, respect what? Respect that's fun. I don't know what you guys are being so combative today.
Obviously, your definition of fun is different than mine and Derek's. Okay.
Yes, I'm sure.
I just don't want you to do it out of respect for me because I think that's doesn't sound like a hey we're talking thing.
Oh, really?
It might be a creator cast thing, but it's not a hey we're
It's
talking
not on
thing. We have our
CreatorCast.
own thing.
It's not. On
We have our own
CreatorCast.
little bits. We have our own whatever what I would say. We have our
Style.
own flow. Yeah, style. We have
Hey,
our
yeah.
own. We
Listen,
have our own thing.
I should mention though, if CreatorCast would like to sponsor the show, just let us know. Because we're giving them
if you
free
wanna-
publicity right now.
See,
Yeah.
that's one of our things.
It is.
We mention something outside of our little bubble, and then we say, "Hey, if such and such thing would like to sponsor us," and as soon it's going to be like, "Hey, if the laws of physics and like evaporation and condensation would like to sponsor the show, let's."
That
I
one's-
could
that's pushing it a little.
I could shoot an email to the law of conservation or whatever you said and see what happens.
Yeah, talk to Isaac Newton and
We
see if-
actually, on their show, when they were talking to me, they were talking about Skype and Microsoft in particular. And in their show, I said, "Hey, Microsoft, if you'd like to sponsor CreatorCast, just drop us a line." And they loved it. They laughed.
They did. It was quite a funny moment. I'm like, ha! You just got the hey, we're talking influence on your show.
Yes. He titled what did he title the show? Hey, we're
creating.
yeah. There you go.
So that was pretty nice of them.
And Benin gave us an idea to change our name too, because we've been doing it a little bit today. It's really banter. We all love each other, but he said we could change it to "Hey, we're arguing." He said because he didn't want me to get in trouble for being on the show, and I was like, "Oh, we already argue."
But hey, we're arguing sounds negative, and
does.
we are
Yeah,
sitting in
positive.
front of positive Scott,
Yeah.
not negative Scott.
How's that going for you guys so far? What's going on with you? Are you feeling good so far about the year?
Yeah.
yeah. We were talking. I was like, we were talking about positive Scott, and I was like, "How's that going for you guys?" It's like positive Scott. It's fine. You're doing great.
I'm having a
How's
good
it going
time.
for you? How's
It's
it going
pretty
for
good.
you, Scott?
I was on New Year's Eve. I used up every last drop of my negativity. I'm going to tell you that. Oh my gosh, what a night. Oof.
Okay. Well, I mean, when you get drunk and angry, I mean, that's not a good
I didn't
thing.
have a single drink. Nothing.
I was in
My
bed-
dad said the same thing. "Hey, would you drink?" And I was like, "No, I didn't have a drop."
I was in bed by 10:30 Central Time. My kids were gone. My wife had to go to work the next morning, be up at 4:45. So I'm like, I'll go to bed. What? Nobody to do anything with. I was just sitting there by myself.
Man, that got depressing fast.
I know.
What did you do on New Year's Eve?
I just stayed up and like watched Netflix and whatever.
All by yourself?
Netflix and chill.
Yeah, by
think-
myself.
I think.
Yeah,
do you
everybody
know?
else
I
was
think
asleep.
Netflix and chill means like you're. I think for the youngsters that means you have Netflix on and you get frisky with each other.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're attempting a night in with your lady.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I
Or whoever.
Netflix and chilled last night and watched
All by
Guardians
yourself?
of the Galaxy 2 again. And no, I wasn't by myself, but
Did you
I
chill?
guess no.
Oh, okay. Well, you need to chill too.
Went quickly to bed after that to sleep.
I watched the new Dave Chappelle last night.
I watched the
and that was
first
funny.
piece, not the second yet.
Yeah, it was funny.
It's listen, just give it the asterisk. It's not for the faint of heart. It's not for, I actually had, this is so funny. I won't say who, but somebody mentioned something on when I posted one of our videos. I reposted it on Facebook. And an elderly person had a little comment. And I just thought to myself, you're not the target audience. But it was to say, it was kind of like one of those, oh, boy, just a condescending, not happy about the show kind of a thing. And I just thought, well, you're not.
Well,
the
that's
target
why
audience.
we have more listeners in Illinois than we do in South Carolina, because Scott's
It's
too
not-
afraid
it
to.
was not a South
He's
Carolina
too afraid
person.
to share the show.
Hey, what about the Ukrainian people that are
Yeah,
listening?
how about
Huh?
that? We had a guy say, "Hey, I'm from Ukraine. I'll never watch your show again. I'm just joking." Haha.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I
He's-
actually
but-
commented on that today.
me too. He said he's here for Derek, though. Derek, you brought him. I wish I would have remembered his name. That would have been perfect to say. You're going to look it up, aren't you?
Of course, I got it
Guys.
right here, man.
Do y'all know the capital of Ukraine?
No, what is it?
I think it's Kiev.
That's great. Good job, dude.
Wow, if you're right, that's amazing. I don't know.
I
how
don't
you
know
knew.
if it is. I have to look it
It's,
up.
it's a little holdover from my GeoGuessr days, you know.
Oh,
What was the guy's name? We don't know his real name. We only know his YouTube handle.
well, that's his real name, I guess. That's how we say
No.
it, right?
What is it? It is Kiev, by the way.
I'm looking it up, man. Calm down.
Man, this is
Thank
taking
you
a long
for
time.
listening, Kiev. I appreciate it.
Man,
I don't know, it's
this is
probably his
taking a
name.
long time.
His name is Ethan Leavitt.
There you go.
Oh yeah, I love Ethan. Cool guy. I think he's an American that lives in Ukraine.
Well, that's cool. I mean, that's
that'll-
where some of our Ukraine listenership that we talked about on the other show, the other show came from.
Yeah. He that's probably why he thought it was funny when I said to tell everybody in Ukraine hello, and I spelled it out how they would say it in Ukrainian. Hello. Little Google Translate action going down.
Nice.
Which means you probably told him to F off.
No, I actually I did
Google,
the real thing
Google,
anyway.
Google Translate is not very good.
That's not true. All right. So listen, let's take a quick break. We're going to come back, and we actually have a topic. So we're going to hit that when we come back. We're going to be talking about late night talk shows.
Ooh.
So we'll be right back after these messages. Fast, simple, and affordable. That's what registering your domain name with GoDaddy will be. Fast, simple, affordable. And if you listen to this show, Hey, We're Talking, you know you're getting a discount, 30% off if you go to trygodaddy.com/HWT. Again, 30% off. All you have to do is go to trygodaddy.com/HWT for 30% off your domain name and other business services provided by GoDaddy. We're back. We're going to be talking about some late night talk shows. Here's Derek.
I have to point out that the break was probably a lot longer than experienced in real time by the listeners, because it led to it was a roller coaster ride that led to Bob screaming.
Well, when Scott's being that rude and negative to me, of course I'm gonna scream
not
like that.
negative at all. I was kind and generous throughout.
To be fair, he wasn't negative. He was very positive, and it got me excited.
That's dangerous. That's dangerous.
You sure? You positive?
Nope, not at all.
Hey, zing. All right. So let's start this thing off. Late night talk shows. First of all, gentlemen, I'll throw this to Derek first. Derek, do you watch any of the late night talk show hosts?
No.
Not one.
No.
Not even like YouTube clips or stuff like that ever?
Sometimes.
Like who?
Yeah.
Just give us an example of one person you've listened to their stuff on YouTube.
Jimmy Fallon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Fallon. Okay, and then we're going to throw the same question at you, Bob. Do you watch any of the late night talk shows?
Not live because I don't actually have TV, but I do watch a lot of Jimmy Fallon's videos and Jimmy Kimmel videos.
Okay. Yeah. So I used to watch a lot of them through like YouTube. In fact, I used to, because I still have TV, unfortunately. I wish I had cut the cord and left it cut, but I got it back for football. What a moron. And I used to do Kimmel, Letterman, Fallon. Didn't ever like Jay Leno when he was. I mean, I didn't hate him, but I didn't think, oh, I want to listen to him talk to people.
His style's different. I mean, he's
Yeah.
got a totally different style than everybody else.
And I used to really like Letterman too, and then he started getting really super political. And the same thing with Kimmel. That's the problem with some of these guys now. It's like pure politics nonstop. Like Kimmel is all political.
Well, I understand all these guys doing that, a few political jokes and light humor. But if your whole dialogue at the beginning of your show is all just political, then it's not fun.
No.
You know, if you can, like Jimmy Fallon,
He doesn't
you know,
do that. He makes Trump jokes, a couple of Trump jokes, and that's
he
it.
will. He does his Trump impression and he moves on to something else.
Yep.
And I mean, I don't mind that, but even regardless of what it is, whether it's TV or radio or concerts or whatever, when people just start pushing all their politics, if they want to say something, sure, they have a platform to say whatever they want.
Sure.
But if it's constant, then it becomes annoying to me.
Well,
So-
I think the problem is, for me, I'm fine if that's what Jimmy Kimmel wants to do. That's fine, but he's not going to draw somebody like me. I don't want to sit there and listen to him tell me why I need universal health care. I'm not a proponent of that, so I don't want to listen to him talk about that kind of stuff. I
Right.
get why he talks about it, but I'm not going to listen.
Yeah, I just like when they just stick to comedy.
Yeah,
Fun-
because he's a funny guy.
And I will say with Jimmy Fallon, I mean, that dude stepped it up, man.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, he was just an actor, did SNL, did some movies, this and that. And when he took over the Tonight Show, I mean, he really seriously stepped up his entire game, and he's doing a great job at it. And
Yeah.
ratings prove it too, because in December he had the top ratings amongst the late night shows.
Yeah.
So.
And Stephen Colbert's the other guy. He took over for Letterman, which was a difficult job to take over for Letterman. But Stephen Colbert is also, he is funny. I will say all these guys are humorous, but Colbert is also very political. He's, he spends a lot of time on Trump and all that stuff throughout the show. But he's getting quite a following as well. He was really big on Comedy Central when he did his Colbert Report and all that kind of stuff. But
yeah, and see, I haven't even watched him. I've no clue what he's about at all, just because I don't know. I just, without TV, I don't see it. But I know every time I see the Jimmy Fallon stuff, I laugh at it just because of a lot of it's goofy. Derek, you mentioned that you did watch some of Jimmy Fallon stuff. What kind of YouTube stuff of his have you watched that you thought was funny?
Usually it's the musical stuff that he does. They used to do a lot of the lip syncing battles, and now I guess that's turned into its own show. I've seen him do, like, he'll play music with other bands.
Yep.
Or make music videos himself.
On
it's fun stuff.
Silly instruments and stuff.
Yeah, I've seen that, and I see when he did a More Than Words with Jack Black. That was a good thing. They tried to recreate an old video from the 90s.
Yep.
That was fun. And I've seen James Corden's carpool karaoke. I mean, I think that there's just a bunch of them out there. And yeah, it's political times, and they do a lot of political jokes and political material, but my lifestyle precludes me from doing a lot of late night watching. There's too many choices. I don't know who to see, and I'm working half the time anyway, so I don't watch it. I used to love Conan, and I used to love Letterman. Those were my favorites.
I forgot
Conan
about Conan.
was great.
Conan's still on. He's on TBS. So it's
he kind of got messed around, I think, by NBC and
Yeah,
that
he
whole
got screwed.
situation. And
Yep.
You know, I mean, I still think he's one of the funnier guys. Conan is absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
I just, his kind of humor, some of the goofy things he does, I think it's awesome. But yeah, he doesn't have the big platform like the other guys do at this point.
They just paid him boatloads of money to come to TBS, which is good for him. I mean, because he got screwed over by NBC, like you said.
Well, but he did get paid by NBC.
Yes, he did.
So
he got paid a lot by NBC.
Yes, so they signed him to a long-term deal, and then they decided to buy out his deal to go with somebody else, and he got paid for both. So I mean, that's cool, but it sucks that he had to go through, you know, a bad time like that. My whole thing with this late night stuff is, you know, when I did have TV all the time, you know, by 10:35, you know, typically I'm ready for bed, man.
You guys get to watch it at 10:35. That's the crap. I had to stay up till 11:30.
Yeah, I just don't get. I understand it's late night TV or whatever, but it's like, don't you think ratings would be better if it was like at a 9 o'clock time slot or an 8 o'clock time slot instead of 11:35 at night?
The whole point of it all, and this is, you're helping me lead into this. The real thing is, and I don't know if you guys did this or not, but as a kid, when I would want to stay up and watch Johnny Carson, like on a Friday night, that was one of the greatest things ever. And I can remember my dad just laughing so hard at some of the stuff Johnny Carson would do. That's where this stuff really gets its, that's why Jimmy Fallon's been successful, is he's doing stuff kind of like how Carson did it in this way. And that is, he just has fun. It's not like this big serious thing, you know?
And it's simple. It's what I consider simple humor.
Yeah.
So to me, if you can find a comedian that has simple humor, or somebody who can have a whole comedy routine without dropping F-bombs the whole time, that's a lot more challenging than somebody who's dropping F-bombs. No, I know. No, I get it. And it's got its mark and its certain niche. But like, to me, like a guy like Jim Gaffigan, who can make you laugh your butt off and not swear through the whole thing, that's a little bit tougher to do than it is to just go and drop F-bombs or place MFs in specific spots.
I'm not familiar with this F-bomb and these MFs. What is that? I don't say what it stands for. I don't have the beep button. But you're right.
I wouldn't anyway.
The thing I would say, though, about Fallon is this. It's almost like what you would do if you're over with a bunch of friends, because he does like little party games and stuff like that with these celebrities. That's fun. It's fun to watch them be normal people, you know? That's what the whole point of it is you're getting to see these people play like Pictionary or something like that. And that's what's so fun. Derek, what do you got?
I gotta say, Scott, you're kind of selling me on watching some more Jimmy Fallon. You know, I'm off tonight. I might check him out if I have the time. It's usually, my wife and I are watching something, my wife and I are watching something and kind of she's getting ready to go to sleep or something like that. So it's hard to really dedicate that time at that moment of the day to watch it some. But I'd like to give Fallon a shot.
Once he gets in past I don't really listen to the monologue usually. I forward through that because I know it's just going to be like little quick news jokes, which I don't care about. But once he talks to the guest, and then after the first guest, he'll usually play some kind of game with them, and it's pretty fun. Usually,
they are fun. It's good, simple humor. That's why it's so fun to me. And it's whether you like Jimmy Fallon or not, you definitely have to kind of sit back and go, man, he's got good writers. He's got a good cast of creative people that are just
they're creator casters.
Yeah, they're just doing a good job.
Uh-oh. You shouldn't have yelled. See what happened? Because you did that scream. You ruined your voice.
Well, you shouldn't have made me scream like that. Yeah, my voice is struggling now.
You need to get a drink. Do you have a drink? Oh, you've been drinking beer. You need to have like real liquid water. Anyway,
I thought beer was real liquid.
It is technically. Okay.
So
the late night talk shows. I think we've extended. We could talk about Carson and Letterman all night, but let's not do that because we're running out of time. But just to kind of finish things up, Derek, I want to know if you watch Fallon. We need to have a report. of what you think. And by
Okay.
the way, every single one of these guys, they like post every single good clip from their show to YouTube every day,
Yep.
the next day. So you can look at, you don't have to have TV. You can just look it up on YouTube.
There's some dude on the night shift that just, he's sitting there just editing and
Yes.
posting them to YouTube all the time. I mean, because they do literally go up pretty quick. But that's what I love to do. If I want to get some laugh and some just quick humor, I just hop on Jimmy Fallon's Facebook page, or I'll see him through Facebook video or whatever, and I'll just watch some of those. Some of my favorite are like with Will Ferrell and I mean, he's got some hilarious ones with Will Ferrell. And again, some of those lip syncing competitions and everything like that, to me, they're just fun.
Kevin Hart's another fun one, by the way, when he has
And
Kevin Hart on.
him and Justin Timberlake are always on the show.
They're best friends.
Yeah.
So that's what makes that fun. But I was going to say, part of the thing with all this stuff is, we're considered old people now, but not really old, but we're there. I'm more old than you guys. But
Yeah, you are.
this whole TV thing is like the next people that come up behind us, they do not care about television. One single drop. Not a bit. Everything that they're going to consume is going to be online.
Oh yeah, eventually it's going to be a streaming internet, and I mean everything's going to be. Cable companies are going to continue to struggle and all that stuff because people are just going to do the streaming thing.
Yep. So, all right. The whole reason I brought that up though is that these late night talk shows are not what they used to be because of the internet. And people like Jimmy Fallon and James Corden and these guys who started using, that's why part of the reason Fallon's bigger than these other guys is he got on YouTube before any of them. He was using it. Same with Jimmy Kimmel, really. But Fallon's just, he utilized YouTube. So there you go.
Well, Jimmy Fallon's on NBC, so if Jimmy Fallon or NBC want to sponsor the program, we're cool with it.
Dude, yes, totally. We will talk to any of the people that have new shows coming out on your channel anytime you like.
Or if you're a competitor of NBC and want to sponsor the show.
Yeah, if you want to screw them,
yeah, come on.
call us, dude.
Yeah.
All right, listen, we have to wrap it up. I'm sorry. So for now, we bid you adieu until the next show where we'll talk about something sometime. All right, guys, thanks. We appreciate you. We'll talk to you soon.